What's going on YouTube? It's Giga here, bringing you some more Series 13 battles with live commentary. Today we are checking out this Marshadow team that was built by Francesco Pardini. We have used one of his rental teams on the channel before. It was the Diancie team, and so I was looking for this. I'm really looking for a Jirachi team. So if any of you have one or know of one that's still active, please let me know in the comments below. It is the last restricted, and I would love to be able to show it off. I also do want to show off Pokeball Maguna because it looks really cool. So this is the Marshadow team. So talking a little bit about it, it is a more support oriented Marshadow. The idea, right, is a lot of things can hit Marshadow pretty hard. So rather than going for the main offensive damage, it's going for coaching, and is really there to offer support. We do have Close Combat and Spectral Thief, its signature move, as well as Close Combat, and then Shadow Sneak really to pick off things like Calyrex, as well as also it can break the Shadow Shield on Lunala, which is really huge. Next up is Zacian. Once again, a really standard Pokemon, right? It's 3 attacks. We all know what Zacian does. There's no need to talk about it. Next up, we do have Support Thundurus. So kind of going back to the days of old with Swag Play, or with Swagger and Thunderwave. Thunderbolt and Eerie Impulse, so really just a solid option, and also something that looks like it could be defiant. Next up, we have Zekrom. Zekrom, I think, is a really good Pokemon in the format, definitely underappreciated. I thought it was going to see a lot more popularity than it did, but that's just me. We are fully physical, right, with Bolt Strike, Dragon Claw into a Wing Beat, as well as a White Herb to deal with Intimidate. Next up, we have Physical Yveltal, right, not something you expect, but really taking advantage of that coaching with that Assault Vest, right? Foul Play, Dual Wing Beat, Sucker Punch, Rock Slide, some really great coverage overall. You just have to be a little bit weary of Zacian. And then finally, we have Incineroar, really a good way to deal with that Zacian and then just offer really good support. So this is a team. We will have the paste in the description. Definitely make sure to check out Francesco. And with that, let's just get rocking and rolling and move into the first game. All right, battle number 1, and it is Zacian, Grimmsnarl, Calyrex, Kyogre, Yveltal, and Regieleki. So a lot of really scary things here. I think Thundurus is actually really good. I want Thundurus. I want Zekrom too. Zekrom, I think, is a really powerful role here. I don't know if I want to lead with it. I'm going to actually do Zacian Thundurus with Marshadow and Zekrom in the back, just because I think this makes the most sense. And also, as we're getting into it, make sure to subscribe, right? We are working our way towards 1 billion subscribers, and we really can't get there without you. We also have a lot of really cool stuff coming up. I'm planning on streaming the Ultimate Finale and getting back into streaming in preparation for Scarlet and Violet. I'm going to be streaming a lot when that game comes out. And just, yeah, we got some cool stuff coming. So looking at my opponent's lead, this is actually really good for us. Right, it is going to be Yveltal Grimmsnarl, and so I cannot, unfortunately, I can't paralyze the Yveltal, but it's not that big of a threat because we have Zekrom in the back. So I'm just gonna actually go for a Thunderbolt into the Yveltal, as well as just go for a Behemoth Blade onto this Grimmsnarl. I really want to get rid of it because that sort of is the biggest thing to be worried about right now. As we are going to, indeed see that reflect. So not too much to worry about here. Behemoth Blade. It is Babiri Berry, so that actually will let it live. It should let it live, which is a little bit scary, right? It lets them get up to the screens, which can be an issue. I don't think it's necessarily the end of the world. Or we still just get the knockout. Is that a crit? Yeah. So an unfortunate crit for them, right? Being able to immediately get rid of that Grimmsnarl and let us put on pressure, as we are just going to see the Foul Play come out, and it's going into that Thundurus, right, expecting it to be that more defiant variant. As no, we are going to be that special variant, revealing the Thunderbolt, which should let my opponent know what's going on, but still taking quite a bit from that Foul Play, right? Like, that damage is no joke. And so I probably want to get rid of the Yveltal at this point, as we are going to see a Calyrex. So I'm fine to Eerie Impulse into the Calyrex, just trying to weaken it as much as possible. We unfortunately will not get our Citrus Berry, but that just kind of is the way things go. So I'm going to go for an Eerie Impulse here, as well as just go for a Behemoth Blade onto the Yveltal. I probably should have targeted down the Calyrex, in all honesty. just because, like I said, we do have Zekrom in the back, but we do have Marshadow with Shadow Sneak, and at -2, right, you're not going to be doing that much into our Zacian, so we do have the ability to fire off another attack here. And so we're going to see a Sucker Punch come out, so pretty solid choice from my opponent, right, saying, hey, we're going to try and get as much damage as possible. The Eerie Impulse, though, really going to play a big role here, as we will significantly weaken this Calorex's special attack to the point where this Astral Barrage, hopefully not going to do enough or not do a lot, as it's going to do, really no damage at all, which lets us fire off a Behemoth Blade. And also now we can go right for another, another hit, words, I don't even know what I'm saying. Another Eerie Impulse. I'm going to actually go for the Thunder Wave this time. Just in case of a switch, and I want a Behemoth Blade. I want to get rid of this Yveltal. I think if we can paralyze the Calyrex, right, we should be in just fantastic shape, as that really pins the slot, right? If you're paralyzed and at -2 and stuck in here, like, you're not really doing much. And yeah, we have the chance for you to do nothing. I do want to get rid of, I keep saying I need to target down the Calyrex, but I never do it, right? I'm instead continuing to tech into the Yveltal. But that's fine, right? Because we'll get you down to -2, and paralyzed and stuck in here. So that's really good for us. We will, unfortunately though, lose. But you're gonna go to -1. We have Zekrom maxing. We're gonna see actually the Will-O-Wisp instead. So I think my opponent making a really smart call here. Just trying to say, hey, my damage output's gonna be bad, but I'm gonna at least be able to get a burn off. And so now the question is, what are you going to bring out here? And is it going to be enough to save you? If it's a Zacian, right, we can paralyze it. It is going to be a Kyogre. So this is just really good food for Zekrom. And so I want to just Eerie Impulse into the Ogre, right? We should be faster. So I'm going to go straight for an Eerie Impulse right into the Kyogre. And let's just Blade into the Calyrex, right? Getting rid of its Sash, letting Marshadow pick up the KO for sure. As we are going to see a max, I'm assuming it's going to be the Kyogre here. Yeah, it's definitely a Kyogre because of that Cherish Ball. And that's going to let us get it down to -2, right? And then we can break the Sash on the Calyrex, which is really the main goal, because that's going to let Marshadow clean up, right? We can Spectral Thief the Calyrex. I don't know if we want its negative special attack boost, but... Oh! Okay, wait, I just realized something really cool. If we live, we can Swagger the Calyrex. Yeah, we can. I'm assuming that's why there's Swagger on the Thundurus, right? You can go for what's it called? You can go for the oh, perfect. Okay, so Zacian's gonna live here. I'm assuming you're gonna Trick Room. Trick Room is fine with me. I probably want to burn. Do I want to burn? I'm just going to keep Eerie Impulsing. Yeah, I'm just going to go for more Eerie Impulses, right? Like, we do have Zekrom, so I'm not really worried. I mean, Zekrom, no, because Marshadow can KO at this range with Shadow Sneak. So that's not an issue, right? You're going to get a free knockout. That's totally fine with me. Bye-bye, Thundurus. Okay, I was like, maybe at -4 we'll live. Unfortunately, we don't, but we can bring out Marshadow here. And so, oh yeah, we went for, haha, you got paralyzed. So, oh, we went into the Kyogre? That was a misclick. Okay, that's leftovers. I thought that was weakness policy for some reason, which didn't make sense. We can bring out, okay, so we bring out Marshadow here, right? We can just go for the Shadow Sneak into the Calyrex, which will pick up the knockout. Then Zacian goes down to burn, and we get the knockout that turn. So Shadow Sneak right here, as well as we can go for a Play Rough, which is the right move, onto this Kyogre. And then we can bring out the Zekrom to clean up. So we're going to see, yeah, the Shadow Sneak at this range with no Reflect. This should be, yeah, bye-bye Calyrex. Easy money. I'm assuming you're going to attack into my Marshadow, just trying to know that Burn is going to get rid of the Zacian. And then, yeah, because it's burned at this point and it's not doing that much damage. Marshadow going to take absolutely nothing as a result of that Kyogre being at -4. But now, we even with the crit, like, look at how little damage that did. And which really speaks to the pure bulk of this Ogre. And so now, yeah, we are going to go down. But we have a free switch into Zekrom. We still have our full turns of max. So, you know, that's great because we can just get the easy knockout. We can... You know, we're gonna go for Spectral Thief because it's a cool animation. I think my opponent might run. I would like to show off Spectral Thief. I know I used it in the draft league and it's been a while, but you know, we're gonna click it. We're gonna click Spectral Thief, and we're gonna click Protect. I'm expecting most likely a forfeit, right? Like I have a Zekrom with Max versus your -4 Kyogre. We're actually not going to see it, so that's cool, right? You're going to let me show off this animation. As we're going to see, it's actually Calm Mind Kyogre. So Marshadow going to get a special defense boost here, which, you know, I really appreciate because it'll help me absorb these hits as Spectral Thief, right? There's that animation, stealing those boosts first. So my special defense, yeah, I love that. Bye-bye Calm Mind boost. And here comes the Spectral Thief, doing a solid amount of damage. Right, not enough for a knockout. I'm just gonna go for it again to say, hey, if you want to Calm Mind, like, go for it. There's still turns of Trick Room here. I don't know what's happening. But we're gonna go for a Bolt Strike. You know, I don't want to waste time with the animation of like maxing, as they are gonna cancel. So, you know, Marshadow didn't really do a lot. I'm glad we got to at least show off Spectral Thief. It's a super cool animation, and I don't think I've ever actually stolen boosts with it. So, I want to see if I can do the Swagger though. I think that'll be a lot of fun. So that was the first battle, and let's just keep rocking and rolling and move to the next one. All right, battle number 2, and it is good old Rinyasun. It is Zacian, Groudon, Incineroar, Charizard with Grimmsnarl and Gastrodon. So I'm gonna lead Marshadow Thundurus and kind of hope that they don't lead Incin. I'm gonna bring out my Incineroar in the back, and then what do I want as the last one? Probably Zacian, right? We're making a little bit of a risk here, right? Like we're not our only damage is Zacian. I'm hoping that my opponent thinks that we are Defiant Thundurus. Right, if you lead Thundurus, that's like not ideal for us. Right, if you do, we can Thunder Wave and steal the boost from your Zacian, which I think is really cool. So hopefully we have that option, as we are going to see Charizard Groudon here. So that's kind of fine for me, right? Being able to either Eerie Impulse the Charizard. Do we want to Eerie Impulse the Charizard? Probably, right? We want to cripple it as much as possible because that is going to be their max. So I'm going to go for a Spectral Thief onto the Charizard, as well as go for an Eerie Impulse onto it. We could also max Marshadow. That's an option, right? Let's actually max the Marshadow here, because that way we can get a special defense boost. Which is going to be, I mean, not a special defense boost. We can get a defense drop, thanks to Max Phantasm, which means that we can start hitting things really, really hard, which is going to be pretty huge, right? Especially if we can waste your Max, as I think this is our best bet, right? Like, I don't actually know how bulky Marshadow is. It's been a while, and so I'm hoping that we can take these hits pretty comfortably. I think if that's the case, right, being able to immediately put on some pressure is going to be huge here, as Marshadow's head's so big. Yeah, we're gonna see the max here. I very much expect this to be the Charizard. I'm hoping that with an Eerie Impulse, we can mitigate a lot of the damage out, as yeah, it is going to work out for us. We could also see it going for an Airstream into the Thundurus, right? Trying to live a hit and go from there, right? It could be a weakness policy variant. My opponent actually making a very, very good read here, going for a max guard, eating both of the hits that I'm going for. and letting them know what type of Thunderous I am, as we're going to see the Rock Tomb coming out. Lowering my speed, not a big deal here, right? Because of the fact that we are that Defiant variant, not that Defiant variant, we are the support variant. And so we can pretty easily still go for an Eerie Impulse, as well as a Max Phantasm, taking advantage of the fact that your defense is lowered. And also, pretty crucially, we will survive another Rock Tomb from Groudon, which means that you have to double up into it. So I'm feeling pretty good about our position, right? Being able to lower the defense of one of your biggest physical threats for sure is super nice. Sorry, I do have let's check my... Cool, so we're gonna get that drop, which is awesome to see. Max Phantasm, let's see how much this is going to do. Not as much as I would like, but another one will get the knockout, which is really crucial for us. And I'm hoping that Marshadow can take this double up, which is most likely coming its way. We are going to see the Wildfire right into Marshadow. That's a lot. You're at -2, Charizard. I really don't like that at all. As the Rock Tomb going to come out here as well. So really trying to pin my Marshadow. And so what we can do, right, is we can Thunder Wave the Charizard, or we can Thunder Wave. Charizard is in range of Zacian at this point. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to Phantasm into the Groudon, as well as go for a Thunder Wave onto the Charizard. There is a chance that Marshadow is still... No... I was going to say we might still be faster. I don't think we will be at -1. But we will at least get the paralysis there. Perfect, we are faster. This is a -1 defense Groudon. Not doing nearly as much. I really would have appreciated more damage. But more importantly, right, we do at least get to hit first. We're going to see the Rock Tomb come out. We should survive with Thunderous. We don't because of the Wildfire. If we get a paralysis on Charizard, that's game defining. Unfortunately, we don't, right? The Airstream definitely going to be able to finish us off here. And so now, right, we are going to be forced to bring out our Zacian and Incineroar. And so now we're in a really tricky spot. Right? Because we should, okay, we're gonna outspeed. Okay, we have a free Behemoth Blade into whatever is next, whatever's in the Groudon slot. The main issue right now is if you switch into Incineroar, right? We don't have a good counterplay for an Incineroar in the back, which is really tricky and also like really possible here. Yeah, the Marshadow are really not doing enough damage. So that's actually really awkward for us. I need to Behemoth Blade. I have to go for a fake out onto this Charizard slot, as well as go for a Behemoth Blade onto this Groudon slot. Whatever is going to come in is going to take a lot. If it's an Incineroar, that's going to be really bad, which I'm guessing it is looking at that switch here. Yeah, it is going to unfortunately be Incineroar, and so we will at least be able to knock out the Groudon, which it should not have Protect. We are going to get some nice little fake out damage there, as we will be able to fire off a Behemoth Blade. So the question now is, what do you have as your last Pokemon? Yeah, Groudon going to go down there at -1 defense. Even at neutral, we're still going to do a lot. So Charizard right will go down to 1 hit. The big question now is what is your last? Yeah, and unfortunately, it's probably Zacian. So I don't think we could. Yeah, that's Zacian. Okay, we have to be a little bit aggressive here. We have to go for a Flare Blitz. This is in the sun, as well as go for, I hate this. I think it's more important to target down into their Zacian, right? If you fake out my Zacian, we're going to get a Flare Blitz off. We should survive. Oh, we're going to see close combat. Okay, so are we slower? Yeah, okay, because we're slower too. I was gonna say our out is we win the speed tie, we knock out the close combat because of the defense drop. We survive the hit from Incineroar, which we're not going to now because of the wildfire chip. So definitely a little bit of an unfortunate one for sure. I expected Marshadow to do so much more damage than it actually did, which, you know, is like my fault. I decided to max it. Charizard definitely can be a little bit scary, and we didn't bring Zekrom, right? Like Zekrom, like Incineroar Zekrom would have actually been a really good lead here. As we are just gonna see the Charizard come out. Okay, so we don't have a chance. We still lose, but yeah, okay. Our only out is nothing because you're gonna get 2 hits with Incineroar regardless. We do see a parting shot. So okay. Technically we have an out. Our out is we are speed tying their Zacian. We critical hit it to knock it out with Behemoth Blade. The Incineroar does not knock us out with Flare Blitz, and then we get a critical Sacred Sword. It's not very likely, right? We need to win a theoretical speed tie, which I don't think we're speed tying. So I'm going to go for the Protect here. And then, yeah, we got it. Like I said, we got to win a speed tie if there even is one. Critical hit, survive, critical hit. Yeah, the obvious fake out. We all know what's going to happen here. Behemoth Blade going to come out. So we go for a Behemoth Blade again. I mean, my other option, no, because you have close combat. I was going to say we protect enough, and yeah, it is not, in fact, a speed tie. It is them just being faster. So we can have them miss a Flare Blitz. We're not going to survive. So yeah, a little bit tricky there. I don't know what our best bet would have been. Yveltal, actually it would have been Yveltal. In all honesty, Yveltal Thunderous or Yveltal Incin would have been a much better lead. I don't think we needed to lead Marshadow there. It wasn't doing what we needed it to. But that's, you know, that's a mistake we made. But it is what it is. Let's just keep rocking and rolling and play one more. All right, last battle of the day, and it is Kyogre, Groudon, Palkia, Yveltal, a Victini, and Venusaur. So Yveltal here, very good. Yeah, I'm gonna do Yveltal here. I'm gonna do Yveltal Thunderous. I'm not gonna make the same mistake last time. I think that's our best bet here. We're bringing Marshadow, as it's the feature, and let's bring Zekrom. I think Zekrom is really good here, right? It can deal with everything that's not Groudon. We don't really have we have Foul Play on Yveltal, so we do have a way of hitting Groudon. But I think what we want to do is we want to go for this option because we might need to dual wing. I was gonna say we might need to dual wing beat the Venusaur. So I think that this is our best bet, right? We also do have Max Rockfall, so we can change the weather. But yeah, being able to potentially go for a T-Wave dual wing beat to break a Sash is really great, right? If you're what's it called? If you're not maxing to go for the Sleep Powder, we will be able to really deal with you pretty well. I'm hoping that that's enough for a knockout, actually. I want to say it is, but that's only because I want it to be that way, and I don't necessarily know if it's true. So, you know, we'll see. Sorry, I got distracted, and I'm looking at some stuff on my desk that has always been here, but now I'm looking at it. Let's see here what they're gonna. I like their outfit. They're very punk rock. We're gonna see a Palkia, Palkia Victini. So, we can Eerie Impulse and Rock Slide. I don't hate that. I'm gonna go for a Rock Slide and then go for an Eerie Impulse onto the Palkia, right? Just trying to get some damage. We could see Final Gambit, right? You could just be going for a Final Gambit to set up a Trick Room, which would not be ideal, but there's not really much that we can do to stop that. We're gonna see Protect actually, so probably a V-Create. I mean not a V-Create, a Final Gambit. Trying to knock out something. I'm guessing the Thunderous. We're gonna see a Rock Slide, so we're actually faster than the Victini, which is that's why we're faster. The Victini is setting up the Trick Room. So that's totally fine, right? We are Eerie Impulse. I'm fine to go for a Rock Slide here again and Eerie Impulse into the Palkia. I didn't even know Victini got Trick Room. I just know that it's faster than Yveltal. So I think my opponent actually making a really good read, saying, hey, you're gonna target down the Palkia because no one expects Victini to have Trick Room. So yeah, hitting the Rock Slide would have been really, really nice there, right? We would have gotten a good amount of chip. We had the chance of flinch because now we're in a little bit of a tricky spot. Luckily, right, we do have a lot of priority with Sucker Punch, with Thunderous, and Marshadow having Shadow Sneak. So we are in pretty decent shape overall. We also do have Zekrom, right, as we will fire off an Eerie Impulse. I'm hoping that this is not physical Palkia. I have seen physical Palkia, and it would make me really sad. As no, they are going to go for the Spatial Ren, so I think a smart call here, saying, hey, even if you're going for the drops, we're going for a move with a high critical hit ratio. V-Create coming out, so into the Yveltal, so let's see. We do survive critically, and they are going to get the special defense, or the defense and special defense drops. So if we hit this Rock Slide, which we're going to miss the Palkia, yeah, so that's really tricky there, right? We could have gone for a knockout. I'm going to go for a Sucker Punch onto the Victini, and I'm just going to fire off another Eerie Impulse onto the Palkia. It doesn't make sense to go for anything else. We might want to consider going for a Thunder Wave, but the Sucker Punch, hopefully, you go for an attack as, yeah, we are going to get that, so we at least, perfect, I was going to say we at least get rid of the Victini. So that's a massive threat down. I obviously would have liked it if we had hit the Rock Slide, because then we could have just Sucker Punched and been in much better shape. As Palkia going to get down to -4, but like I said, not a super big deal. Probably going into the Thunderous now. No, instead saying, hey, we're going to get rid of your Yveltal. And the question is, we probably bring... Okay. I'm going to bring out Zekrom here. This is a little bit risky, right? Because of the fact that you... Oh, this is really bad. Okay. How many turns of Trick Room are left? I need the answer to be 1. No, that's bad. We could Swagger the Groudon and have it hit itself in confusion. We don't want to do that. You're right. I'm going to go for a Thunder Wave onto the Palkia. I really considered going for the Swagger. But this is fine, right? We can protect him if we survive. We should... I'm hoping Zekrom can survive. If we can, that's a big if. If we can, that's really huge. If not, we Swagger the Groudon and Spectral Thief it to try and steal its boost. And just hope that Palkia doesn't really do anything. Right? Because that would be nice to get some boosts on Marshadow. I think you can you double Swagger? I forget. I don't know how Swagger works. I think you can. Let's see here, right? We are gonna see the Thunder Wave come out. So this is actually a pretty big deal if we can get some paralysis going. You are gonna hit the Spatial Rend. Luckily, it is not a critical hit. And so now the big question is, okay, so we're gonna see a Rockfall actually. So not going for the Quake, which is a big deal. Thunderous Unfortunately, not going to be able to survive here. And so this is really good for us, right? Because we are going to be able to get an attack drop onto this Groudon before it's able to hit us with a Max Quake. And that means we can also potentially go for a Protect and a Coaching onto... nice. Yeah, so we're going to get a nice attack drop onto this Groudon, get it to -1. I think we have to go for Coaching here, right? I don't think... Okay, there's one turn of Trick Room left. So we might want to go for the Max Guard. We might just double... Oh, I don't have Protect on Marshadow. And that's... Okay, but Marshadow gets to preserve its Sash. So that's actually really big for us. This is the last turn of Trick Room. I have to go for a... I could Wormwind again. I'm going to go for the Coaching onto the Zekrom. I don't think we're going to get it. We might. Okay, so this is actually our only chance of getting back into this game. Right? If you Water Spout Kyogre, you're gonna bring Marshadow down to its Sash. If we survive the Quake from the Groudon, that lets us get off a Coaching boost, and then we can KO the Kyogre. Then we end up with 1 HP Marshadow. We're gonna see the Quake come out. Let's see how much it's going to do. Okay, into the Marshadow. Critically, we are gonna survive here, which means that we will be taking spread damage from Kyogre, which is nice to see here. We're gonna see the Origin Pulse come out. Unfortunately, it is going to connect on the Marshadow. I'm hoping for a 2-shot with Wormwind onto the Kyogre, so we can cripple this Groudon as much as possible. I would have actually really liked a 1-shot. So yeah, we're gonna get the drop onto this Groudon. I need to target down the Kyogre out of fear of an Ice Beam. So we're gonna Wormwind. We are gonna get you to -3. We are gonna obviously have to take a Max Quake here, but you know it's our best bet. Then we're just gonna have to Dragon Claw a bunch. Obviously, I wish I had Protect. If I had Protect on Marshadow, this would be a much different game. Also, if I had known that we weren't gonna one-shot Kyogre, I could have gone for a Shadow Sneak. Right, that would have been really helpful. But yeah, a Shadow Sneak would have been awesome here, because we would have gotten rid of the Kyogre. As we are gonna get it to go away. Groudon is at -3. It does have Stab though, right? Like Stab super effective, but we're forcing you to go for Precipice Blades. Let's see how much this Quake is going to do, right? It is, like I said, it is Stab super effective, but it is -3. Zekrom, we realistically can take probably 1 Precipice Blades, maybe. I don't actually know if we can take a Precipice Blades, in all honesty. I don't think we can. Yeah, I don't actually think we can take a Precipice Blades. Maybe no. Looking at how much damage that Max Quake did, Precipice Blades is like similar enough in base power. And yeah, we're doing absolutely nothing. So unfortunately, yeah, we are gonna lose that one. That was close. I think yeah, Protect on Marshadow would have got us back into the game, or even if we had Shadow Sneaked. I didn't think that they were going to target the way they did, right? I thought they were going to double up into Zekrom. So that was what I was afraid of, right? A double up into Zekrom. That lets Marshadow live, get off a Coaching. Then we can get off a second Coaching, but they instead doubled up into Marshadow, which I think, you know, there's no way I could have known that. So I think it's unfortunate, but it is just the way it is. Huge shout out once again to Francesco for the team. Like I said, let me know if you have a Jirachi team. And with that, until next time, I hope all of you are wonderful, and I'll see you then.